Here is a small handheld x-ray machine. Okay, how much did you pay for your x-ray? Well, okay, this is anywhere from like 800 to 1500 volts in a Tesla coil thing called a booster, also known as a taser. Okay, this is made out of copper wire and or capacitors that boost an electric signal in the alternating current range or DC current up to 1000 volts. By increasing the voltage, it also reduces the amperage, but the voltage is increased while the amperage is dropped, but it still produces x-rays. And this is similar to a cathode ray tube. Like there are actual cathode ray tubes that produce x-rays. Like this produces an x-ray, light, UVs, and other frequencies because it produces it in harmonics in a spectrum. But these are ionizing 1000 volt rays. And they are weak. We stuck them under a microscope to see what they would do to biology that's in tap water, and they didn't actually move it very much. But some molecules are actually very movable by ionizing light. However, these are weakly concentrated in a geometric field, so they're not very strong. They're not like a detriment. It's called low-dose x-rays. But you can do imaging with small particles with these. This is actually a particle imaging device. You can actually put this up to x-ray paper and it will actually make an x-ray. But it requires some level between, I would say, 500 and 1500 volts, right about 1000, to make an x-ray that is between two electrodes, a positive and a negative, where the electrons can crash together, causing the cathode to actually turn into an x-ray where electrons are crashing, which amplifies the frequency and multiplies it to turn it into an x-ray machine. This is how you actually hack the matrix too. I just hacked the matrix because the matrix is an octobit. It's the highest known single CPU frequency allotment for the amount of data that can be capacitated by a matrix, which is about 1 octobit, which actually is a petaflop or somewhere near a petaflop or an exaflop, where it's in exahertz, where actually it would take up all the bandwidth to emit an x-ray out of a supercomputer, quantum supercomputer. So just hack the matrix. But also you can, how much did you pay for your x-ray? Here it is. But your x-ray is a much larger machine with a higher dosage. But I don't know how much higher the dosage actually is. It's just more amperage and it's a larger device. So basically, you can do atomic x-raying with this, and you can actually show the electron orbitals of atoms with ionizing microwaves such as x-rays. It actually proves that there are electrons in atoms. It's one way to prove that there are electrons. You can also beam this at a battery plugged into a standard multimeter. And if you hit the terminal with the ionizing ray of electrons that are cooked off the ends of these wires, it will also show a negative signal, which means that these are also beaming electrons at the same time. When I hit this, it not only gives off x-rays and multiple photons in different frequencies, but it also shoots off electrons. So this is a variable unified field that's high energy and it's concentrated into the ends of these wires, which are electrodes. So it's pretty simple, really simple device, 9-volt battery, and there's a booster in there. You can buy them on Amazon for about $10. And you can study atoms and molecules and compounds with it in X-ray crystallography. But it's pretty cool. Pretty neat little device. You could also see what it does to biology, how it affects biology. And everything's about geometry in the end. The root of all science is geometry. Don't forget that. Maybe you should check out this book here and a lot of other books we have. Like, you know, like these. And really good books. Really good material. But try it out. Pretty good device. This video is going to be called handheld X-ray. You can also ramp up computer CPU speeds with devices like this. But this is going to be X-ray, handheld X-ray technology.